Hey, welcome in on a Friday night. Lance Taylor, lanceslog.com, as we get ready for Week 6 college football, Week 5 in the NFL, and we are on here to talk about anything you guys want to. So anything you guys want to get into tonight, let me know. Jump on board. And we're going to be doing this on Fridays, and we are going to be doing this on Saturday mornings as well. So we had a bunch of comments last week and questions. So hopefully we'll get those again. Got 3 plays up tonight. First play not looking great. Need the Hilltoppers to punch this in because we have the over 61 with Western Kentucky and Delaware. And Delaware took off about 9 minutes on that first drive. Luckily, they got in. But a 3rd and 13 doesn't go well there for the Hilltoppers. So got a lot of catching up to do. 1 quarter in, over the 61, not great. Coming off a 7-4 last week in college football, 4-2 in the NFL. We have been really crushing it. 3-3 so far in Major League Baseball postseason. Again, we ended Major League Baseball. August, September was fantastic. So we will have plays up tomorrow in the divisional series. So jump on board. All 4 of those series get going this weekend. So jump on with us there, and hopefully we will win for you. 14-0 South Florida. I stayed away from that game. Live number in that game is 40.5. This total, I mean, the good news for if you are already backing us here at lanceslog.com, the live total is only 57.5. So we're not, according to them, far off pace. Now we will see how this quarter ends here. I'm sure Western Kentucky is going to roll out a kicker, and you know how well we cannot trust kickers, especially at the collegiate level, or if you're a Rams fan like me. We do have a side in New Mexico, San Jose State, that game going off in about an hour and 25 minutes. And then late night tonight, we've also got a side, Colorado State, San Diego State in the Mountain West. That game, CBS Sports Network, kicking off at 9:30. Love having some Friday night action, trying to set the table for a big Saturday. This is a really tough card. If you guys listen to the next round, we do that 9 to 12 weekdays. Me and Ryan Brown and Jim Dunaway. I was talking today when we were doing our pick 3 on how difficult to me Week 6's card is. So it's kind of an abbreviated card too. I'm digging around. I think at this point right now, I've got 7 plays. I don't know if I'm going to have much more than that. And that is kind of a light Saturday for me. There are some people that like a limited number of plays, and there are some of you guys that absolutely love to spray the board. Drake jumps in first. Drake, hope you're well on this Friday. Is a University Florida money line a donation to the book? It is a question that 3 weeks ago I'd have been like, hey, man, this Florida team, Lagway is going to turn the corner. This defense is legitimate, which I will stick by that. I think it is. Now, this number ticked back up to 5.5. So all week it was basically 7.5. Overnight it dipped down to 4.5, even 4 in some spots. Total is 42.5. We've got Todd Furman, former odds maker at Caesars, Bet the Board podcast, a guy that has been involved with handicapping as long as anyone out there. And he has a play kind of leaning on the over in this game. And when we're talking about 2 dominant defenses, and that's what you've got with Florida and Texas, and really 2 quarterbacks that have struggled in Arch and DJ, it seems like when you're 76 nationally and passing yards, which Texas is, and Florida can't really manufacture a drive to save their life, this game would fly under. 42.5 is a low total, though. So anyway, my point I was getting to there, Drake, I kind of like the over in this. At least I lean that. If I played it, I would have to play Florida because I have backed the Gators for so long. Hold on one sec. I'm trying to do something as we're talking about this. I'll circle back to it. Tap the live video to enter our chat room. Okay, I don't have to do anything. That is just instructions. Because we are on YouTube tonight. How about that? Finally got Brooks, our newest employee, up at Double Down Media to hook me up on YouTube through StreamYard. Again, I am very technically challenged. My old ass doesn't know how to do this shit, but we are working on that. We have been doing it on X Live, and now we have YouTube. So like and subscribe there. We would really appreciate it. I would love to start doing more weekly interaction. I told you guys I want to have a celebrity picker on every week, completely plagiarizing that as most people do. So Drake, It probably is a donation to the books at plus 170, but you never know. And the interesting thing, and I do a weekly hit in Texas, in Austin, their flagship for the University of Texas football with Chip Brown, who's been covering that program going back to the Orange Blood days. And Zay, I do those guys show every single week. And they said it. Texas loses this game, their season's over. And I agree. Like, Texas was to absorb 2 losses this early with how the offense is struggling. Texas is pretty much done. We'll get to Alabama Vanderbilt if anybody wants to jump into that game. Hilltoppers hit a field goal, so 7-3 on that one, 14:55 to go in the second. Boy, Tyson Helton's got to get this offense going. Maverick McIver, I don't know if you guys have seen this guy play, through a beautiful pass a minute ago, had first down at the 15, but couldn't punch it in. So we'll see where this goes. Again, we got 3 plays tonight. We do have the over 61 in that game. But back to Vanderbilt, Alabama. If Alabama was to lose this game, I think it's safe to say week 1 of October, Alabama's pretty much already done with 2 losses. I know it would be only the first conference loss, but with what they've got coming up on the schedule, and I do think next week is really, really interesting with Missouri. Early line, I am predicting if Alabama does what I think they're going to do tomorrow, I think Alabama is going to be a short favorite in Columbia, 6.5, 7, if they play really well tomorrow. Like, if they don't, this thing could be as short as 4, 4.5. But the days of Alabama being a massive favorite in this conference, I think, are over. The same with Georgia, although Georgia is a 3-touchdown favorite against horrendous Kentucky tomorrow. Good luck if you're backing the Wildcats, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. Like, majority of the money is on Georgia, trying to bounce back and have a statement game after the loss in Athens, first time in 34 games. Trying to get that confidence and swagger back, laying 20.5. Mark Stoops knows the number. And and trust me, Mark Stoops will play to cover that number because Kentucky has no shot. Samuel, thoughts on the Utah Mammoth? Plus 5,000 to win the Stanley Cup. Samuel, true story. I used to have the center ice package for more than a decade. I used to watch, 25, 30 LA King games a year. And then when we started to expand a show from an hour to 2 hours to 4 hours, about 15 years ago, a little bit longer than that, probably 17, 18 years ago. Damn, I've been doing this a long time. I stopped following the NHL, really. So this would be kind of a Golden Knights situation, though, with Utah, right? So who knows? I don't think they had the luxury of assembling a roster much like the Golden Knights did in year 1 for them. But, hey, we'll see. No ice picks tonight, though. We are concentrating fully on college football tonight, tomorrow, Major League Baseball tomorrow, and, of course, the NFL on Sunday. We stayed away from Rams 49ers last night. My ass is still hurting. I just cannot believe how that game played out, how many opportunities the Rams had. And, again, that number was weird. And one of the reasons I kind of like the Rams, and I had some friends reach out, are you not playing this game tonight? Do you not think your team is going to whip that ass? And with it going from 3.5 to 8.5, it was explainable because there were so many injuries, but 8.5 is a big number in the NFL. And I didn't really think it was going to, hit on a number that could middle that because there was so much action throughout the week on that game. So I felt like it was going to be a situation where San Francisco would win the game or the Rams would win the game going away. So I kind of leaned the Rams would win the game going away. And I was wrong. Obviously, they lost the game. So anyway, very, very frustrating game there. So working on tomorrow's card. Hopefully we'll have that up and available for you guys a little bit later tonight, hopefully by midnight. But we do have 3 plays up right now. Jump on board and win with us here at lanceslock.com. Cody. Oh, this is overnight. This is a long time. Still can't believe Vegas had Oregon straight up plus 142 against Penn State last weekend. I don't know what to tell you about that game. I had Penn State. Very, very frustrating. And so Penn State, I will not back them in a big game again. I absolutely refuse. Now, I said this about Florida 2 weeks ago. I said I'm done backing them. I don't know if I am, though. Florida is a possibility that we will play them tomorrow. We shall see. Let's see here. What else do we have? I don't know if these comments are coming or going. Anyway, anything you guys want to talk about tonight? Week 6, college football. We are getting into it. Again, 3 games tonight. We started off Western Kentucky, Delaware. We've got this over. We have got sides in New Mexico and San Jose State. We've got a side in Colorado State, San Diego State at 9:30 tonight. You can jump on board, free play every single day. LancesLock.com. Jump on and win with us. What else? These are coming in from, I don't know how to control these comments. Again, very, very frustrating, but hopefully they will just roll because I am seeing some from overnight from Cody at 2:45 a.m. I don't know where those are coming from. Let's get into a couple of games that I know I'm going to avoid. Here are some. Hold on. Games that I am avoiding for sure that I kind of like. Early on, Clemson. Clemson's got to turn the corner, right? I don't know if they have to turn the corner, but I do believe 14 is a fair number against North Carolina because North Carolina is this bad. It's amazing how some of the power in college football, including Georgia that we just talked about, 0-5, their last 5 games against the spread. And, there was a time where Kirby had it rolling pretty good and just destroying people. You look at Clemson. Clemson's 0-5, their last 5 against the spread. But if you look at their last 6 overall against North Carolina, they are 6-1 against the number. I think this is a fair number. Cade Klubnik has not been good. 94th right now in QBR, 45.1 QBR. He's been bad. This offense has been bad. They're only averaging 19.7 points per game, 116th nationally. That is crazy. In year 3 under Garrett Riley with an experienced quarterback in Cade Klubnik, with Antonio Williams back and Bryant Wesco to complement him, I thought this offense would be much better. But coming off a bye, I do expect them. It's an 11 o'clock game, so I'm going to stay away from it. I do expect Clemson to pop tomorrow. And I think you're getting pretty good value with the Clemson Tigers minus 14. That is just one I will throw out there that I am absolutely staying away from. Still taking a look at Louisville, Virginia. I want to play that over. I'm probably not because I think a lot of people have jumped on that total. Again, just because everyone's on something doesn't necessarily mean it is going to lose, but I am a contrarian by nature, as you guys know. So I'm kind of conditioned to stay away. This number has dropped to 60.5, the total. But you're talking about a Louisville offense under Jeff Brown with Miller Moss at quarterback that has been really efficient. 24th scoring offense right now in college football, averaging over 38 points per game. And on the other side, you guys saw Virginia. We had them a live dog last week against Florida State in the 46-38 win. They are averaging right at that number, 45.6 points per game, which is 8th best right now in the FBS. So Chandler Morris, even turning the football over, they still found a way to get to 46 points. So that is a really, really good Virginia offense going against a very efficient Louisville offense as well. I'd love to play that over 16.5. It looks a little too easy, though. That in the 2:30 window. I'm just trying to get the Blue Hens in here down to the 9, 1st and goal. So this thing has dropped back a little bit. I still think they live in action is 57.5. It's gone up to 58.5. And of course, if they are fortunate enough to punch it in here, we will be back on pace at least as we speak in the moment. You guys have any questions or comment? I'm going to stay on here for a little bit longer. 154 of you guys watching live. If you're watching us on X, we appreciate that. If you want to watch us and subscribe to our YouTube channel, we would appreciate that because we are going to be doing more interactive stuff on YouTube with Lance's Lock. So we're working on that currently, and I've got a couple of people behind the scenes that have been helping me with that, and I do appreciate it because, again, I am technically challenged. Iowa State, Cincinnati. I love this game early in the week, and now I am going to shy away from it, I think. I wanted to play Cincinnati. Bearcats at 3-1. Scott Satterfield very much on a hot seat. Their one loss week 1 to Nebraska, had ball in hand. Could have pulled off the upset. We did have them plus 5.5 in that spot. And Iowa State. Iowa State's been a little difficult for us. I was a fan of the Cyclones coming into the season. I love me some Rocco Beck. And now they're sitting at 5-0, number 14 in the nation, and they are a dog in this spot. I thought this would be one of those that maybe would be a hidden gem with Cincinnati, but it looks like a lot of people are starting to play Cincinnati. Cincinnati, another one of these teams that has really struggled against the number. 3-6 against the spread their last 9 games. And going back their last 19 home games right there in Cincinnati, 5-14. They do have a quality quarterback in Brendan Sorsby. 14 touchdowns already. He's got an 87.6 QBR, and Iowa State and Matt Campbell are missing both their starting quarterbacks for the rest of the year. So that could be significant. Boy, that was a terrible throw from Delaware. Fortunate it wasn't picked off on a 3rd and goal. So now they're going to have to settle for 3. So now this total flips back the other way. You got to love playing a total. Never, ever out of an over, though. And it's always under until it goes over. At least that's what they say. But I do like Cincinnati in this spot. Iowa State, the first Big 12 program to start 6 or 5-0 in back-to-back seasons since Oklahoma State in 2021, not that long ago. But ironically, Mike Gundy has already been fired this year. Iowa State has gotten really, really good on the road. A very difficult, competitive, parity-filled Big 12. They've won 9 of their last 10 straight up on the road. So they've become a really, really good road team under Matt Campbell. They've got a veteran quarterback. So just a lot of factors, and the public starting to play a little bit of money on Cincinnati, that ESPN2, 11 o'clock game. 11 o'clock game also, if I don't feel great about it, I am definitely staying away in the 11 o'clock window. And honestly, I don't think we're going to have an 11 o'clock play tomorrow. I'm looking around. I told you guys I like Clemson. I like Cincinnati a little bit. Pittsburgh is probably still in shell shock. Just what's been going on with Pat Narduzzi at 2-2. They should be 4-0. The game they blew against West Virginia, the game they blew last week against Louisville. Now they're laying almost a touchdown against BC, a team that can score. And that totals 56.5, which seems a little light just based on those two offenses right now. Illinois, I took a look at them. This thing is dipped down to 8.5. Purdue in year 1 under Barry Odom, they're improved with Ryan Brown at quarterback. I just don't know. And speaking of Ryan Brown, our Ryan Brown today, I think he had him in the pick 3. He had Purdue plus the 9.5, and he was talking about, just don't think Illinois' defense is very good. Well, look, Illinois' defense wasn't great last week, but they were playing one of the best offenses in all of college football in USC and Jaden Maiava. Maiava and USC put up 32 in Champaign on them, but holding USC to 32 points ain't bad. So I do think Purdue is going to have a little issue scoring. But if I played that game, I was going to play Illinois. I don't like the fact that it's dipped down to 8.5. But I will ultimately stay away. Another game I took a look at, I really believe Kansas State was about to start to roll. We ended up shying away last week when they played Central Florida. I wanted to play them this week against Baylor. Sawyer Robertson is on fire. I just don't trust Avery Johnson right now. And I really can't believe Kansas State is 2-3. But this Baylor offense is really good. Another one of these that I took a look at the over here, and ultimately it scared me off. I mean, Kansas State, their last 8 road games, 1-7 against the spread. So Kansas State has not been able to figure out the road lately under Chris Kleiman, and that is a little bit surprising. Another game that looked easy, if you would have told me in the summer I could have Army minus 6.5 over UAB here in Birmingham on ESPNU at 11 o'clock, I would have loved it, salivated, jumped all over it. But Army's another team under Jeff Monken that has really struggled. 2-6, their last 8 against the number. UAB only 4-11 straight up their last 15. Insert your Trent Dilfer golfing joke here. I do think Army, a team that has already gone to Manhattan and beaten Kansas State, they lost to Tarleton State. Very, very difficult to figure out this Army team, but I do think there'll be a little bit too much for UAB. So I would lay it there, but again, I'm going to ultimately stay away from that one. So anyway, getting ready for week 6. We appreciate all you guys jumping on. If you have any other questions or comments before I dive out, Delaware did settle for the field goal there. That absolutely sucks because we have played the over. Now the in-game total has been adjusted to 54.5. So we are about a touchdown off pace there. But again, we're just a big play away, so we'll see what happens there. We do have the side tonight, New Mexico, San Jose State, and then late night, 9:30, CBS Sports Network. Following this game, we've got the side in Colorado State, 1-3, going into, Dragon Stadium, where San Diego State, the Aztecs play. The Aztecs 3-1, and laying 4.5, a total of only 40.5. But we do have a side on the late one as well. We are getting everything together for tomorrow. We will hopefully have those rolled out tonight around midnight. Again, we're doing this on X. We're doing it on YouTube, our YouTube channel, Lance's Lock. We will be back in the morning for you guys. I'll have everything put together. We'll also talk a little NFL tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, think about them, shoot them out to me, DM me. I can get to those as well. But if you want to go live tomorrow morning, we will be live. And I will give you an update on what time we will be going. Probably anywhere from 9 to 10 o'clock, somewhere in that neighborhood. Just depends on how late we stay up tonight. But again, 193 of you guys jumping on live right now. I appreciate that. I wanted to get some more of these questions. I don't know if I've run out of real estate here. I promise you I am going to figure out how this chat works. But look, have a wonderful Friday night. Let's get ready for a huge week 6 in college football. Hopefully get a little 3-0 for you to set the table for tomorrow. And then week 5 in the NFL coming off, a game that we didn't play, but boy, it really hurts with the Rams losing to the 49ers. Okay, so you guys be safe, have fun out there, and check back in with us in the morning. And we look forward to catching up with you guys. Have a wonderful Friday night. We will see you guys tomorrow right here on Lance's Lock.